Hello, everybody. Live from the Xfinity Lounge. This is the PHLY Eagles halftime show. Bo Wulf, Jamie Lynch. The Eagles are up 10-3 on the Denver Broncos. We are presented by Bet365 and ALLCITY. And the game here turned, Jamie, on something we've been calling for all week. We talked about it. On the course of the first 4 games of the season, on 3rd and 11 plus, the Eagles were running the ball at a historic rate. And on 3rd and 17, after a penalty, Jalen Hurts drops back and drops a 52-yard bomb to DeVonta Smith. That sets up a pass interference on Patrick Surtain with A.J. Brown. And then one play later, Dallas Goedert, a 2-yard touchdown to give the Eagles a 10-3 lead. I like what I have seen from the offensive structure in this half, Jamie.
Yeah, that was a situation in weeks past where a coward's draw is coming. We've been calling it out every time it happens, 3rd and long. They haven't really gone for it. And maybe the Broncos expected them to do that, and maybe we're a little caught off guard there. But I agree with you. I'd like to see that little slight change in style here.
Eagles have been much more pass-heavy in neutral situations in this game. All you need to know is Jalen Hurts has thrown 19 balls in the first half, and Saquon Barkley has 5 carries. So Jalen Hurts, 13 of 19 for 138 yards, 1 touchdown. DeVonta Smith, 4 catches, 75 yards. A.J. Brown, 4 for 35, and he has been more involved in that. Of course, he drew the pass interference that we talked about. And so even though it has been him one-on-one with Patrick Surtain, the Eagles have seemed to have a plan to get him more involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe some of the reports that came out this week were accurate, and they know they have 2 wide receivers that they have to look. You're 4-0, and that's great, but you have to. We all know who wide receivers are. They want the ball in their hands. You have to keep them happy at some point. So I think it's a very clear effort here to get AJ and DeVonta involved. And Patrick Surtain, be damned. He's one-on-one with AJ Brown, and they're still going to it, which is a really encouraging sign.
Saquon Barkley, 5 carries for 30 yards, including his longest run of the season, a 17-yarder. Meanwhile, AJ Dillon, 2 for 12. The offense has moved the ball. It has been a little bit different than we've seen sometimes this season, where it's either like 3 and out or a touchdown. They got stopped in the red zone for the first time this season, but Jalen Hurts looks good in this game, seems to be reading things well. He's been pressured a couple times, taking a couple of sacks where he just runs out of bounds like a half a yard behind the line of scrimmage. But I think that Jalen is seeing things well and throwing things well. Now is going to be the test of, they've played a good first half. Yeah. Let's see if they can play a good first half or second half on offense. They will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see 4 quarters strung together here all at once. They did the second half of Rams and the first half of Bucks, and it just hasn't been a full 4 quarters yet in a game. So that would be really good to see. Unfortunately, Landon Dickerson gets banged up again on the offensive line, kind of gets rolled on the ankle. I'd be surprised. He could come back. I won't say anything with him, but I would think missing almost the full
they said heavily taped his ankle, but Brett Toth has been playing left guard since that happened. He didn't go back in, so we'll see if anything changes at halftime. I mean, maybe he gets a nice shot at halftime that gets him to get on the field, but we will see about that. On the other side of the ball, Eagles doing a very good job, 3 points allowed, and just like they have bucked some trends on offense, they've bucked some trends on defense. So Darius Smith gets a sack. Azeez Ojulari has been involved a little bit. The edge rushers making an impact early on. Yeah,
Ojulari did the nice dip and under on the left tackle, who's having a nice year. His name's escaping me.
Bowles?
Yes, correct. Bowles. Yeah, that was very encouraging to see. Jalen Carter had an impact on the game in several plays here. So overall, really encouraging stuff from the defense. And my boy Q and Coop just continue to be phenomenal players.
And Cooper DeJean all over the place.
All over.
Making a bunch of tackles.
He might be one of the best tacklers in the NFL. Like, the guy doesn't miss.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Quinyon almost had a pick there at the end, and Bo Nix has struggled a little bit missed a couple guys downfield. Cortland Sutton did have a drop on the opening drive, but Bo Nix 10 of 21 for 79 yards.
He did have a drop because he was pushing off with offensive pass interference. Tony Romo was like, oh, that went right through his hands. And I'm like, yeah, because he was extending off of my boy Q still. That's why he didn't get his hand around.
I appreciate how defensive you are of him.
Yeah, well,
That's good. That's your guy.
Don't OPI my boy.
That's your guy.
Yeah, he's a beast.
So the Eagles get the ball to start the second half. Now, on the course of the half, they're 5.6 yards per play, whereas the Broncos are 3.2. The Eagles are kind of dominating this game, even though it's only 10-3. I would like to see them extend this lead so it doesn't be it's not too close at the end.
You're not lying there. It does feel like they should be up maybe a little bit more, but how many drives have they had? 4 or 5?
5, I believe.
5. It feels like less. It feels like it's only like a 4-drive type of game. First one was the 3 and out, but it did get incrementally better there as the game went on. So, yes, you would like to see them kind of put some padding between them and the Broncos here.
Yeah, they go 3 and out on the opening drive. Second drive is 12 plays for 70 yards. That's when they stall in the red zone. Next play, 7 for 71. That's the touchdown. Next drive was they get 27 yards on 6 plays, but they had 3 first downs in there, and then they backed up at the end. That was an unfortunate final thing. And then the final drive before the kneel down was, you were hoping they had like 120-something left, 1 timeout, deep in their own territory, but you wanted to get a chance for a field goal. And that first play, the incompletion to DeVonta Smith, is what sort of got him off track.
Yeah, Will Shipley, it's like hindsight being 20/20. You probably want to stay in bounds there. I mean, he's thinking, the player in you is like, all right, let me see if I can get close to a first down, and then maybe we can pick it up on third. Probably should have stayed in bounds. Luckily, the defense kind of bails you out, and the Broncos don't get free points there because they had great field position there off of that. And Will Shipley was probably like, whew, thank you.
And as EJ told us before the game, Keely Ringo does get to start opposite Quinyon Mitchell.
They're picking on him.
Has played pretty well.
Yeah.
Almost was called for a ticky-tack pass interference.
I'm glad they picked that up.
They threw the flag. And then I think correctly picked it up at the end there.
Yeah, that wasn't if you called that with free points right before the half, like that's pretty bad. And yes, I saw a couple of people in the chat too, Bo, say that Saquon not being on the field that last series, he did get banged up a little bit earlier, but did return. So we'll see what the status of him is as well, but something to keep an eye on.
All right. I feel like we've covered it all, Jamie. Is there anything that you want to see in the second half aside from just a win?
A Quinyon interception. No, I'd love to see another edge sack. I'd love to see somebody else get home.
Okay.
Even Jihad, I'll count as an edge. But somebody I'd like to see hit Bo Nix again.
Okay. Yeah, I think continue letting the guys on the outside, let the killers do their thing, as A.J. Brown has said, get him a little bit more involved. And I think if this game goes the way the Eagles want it to, maybe they will be able to lean on the running game a little bit more. It should be interesting. I think they're playing well in this game. I would like to see them, put a full game together.
Yeah. Let's keep feeding AJ and DeVonta. Go right at Pat Surtain. That's a confidence builder for that offense. If you go against the best cornerback in the world and AJ puts up, an 80 to 100 yard day, he's gonna feel good. Jalen's gonna feel good. I think Eagles fans will feel good. So keep going at his ass.
All right, the Eagles up 10-3
Go Birds.
At halftime. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and most of all, join us for the post-game show afterwards. Super Bowl champion Vinny Curry is already here. He's got big-time thoughts about what's going on in this game. We'll unpack it all afterwards on the post-game show. And that's all we got. Enjoy the second half, everybody. As always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.